Hello students, today we start a new topic. Topic is indirect leveling on a rough terrain and chapter number 3 tech trigonometric leveling. So this in this topic we di- uh, we directly level the rough terrain. So indirect leveling can be used to determine the difference of elevation of 2 points which are quite apart, means which are far away from each other. So here we take a 2 points on a ground as a P and Q. So from the figure we exactly seen what we done at here. So we select a 2 point on a ground, point P and a point Q on a ground, and which are quite apart from each other. And here difference of height, here h1 is a difference of height, and both the point are far away from each other. So here set up the instrument at a convenient point O1. Here at a O1 point we set up the instrument. So which are set up the instrument is a midpoint of the P and Q, and midpoint of the P and Q, and here procedure is start. So first is set up the instrument, then after leveling, then after focusing is completely done, and after set up the instrument measure the vertical angle alpha 1 at a station P. So here alpha 1, so this angle we measured from the O1 point, midpoint of the PQ, and we bisect the P point and measure the vertical angle alpha 1, and also measure the horizontal distance between the P to O1 is a horizontal distance d1. So this distance measured by the measuring tape or chain, and same procedure done for a Q point. So from the O1 point means from the midpoint at which instrument is set up. So from the midpoint bisect the Q point and measure the angle beta 1. This angle is measured, and horizontal distance d2 is measured. So this distance is measured by using the measuring chain or tape. Now determine the difference in a height h1 between the P and Q. So this difference is measured is a call a h1 height. So let us assume that alpha 1 is the angle of depression, this one is the angle of depression, and alpha 1 is the angle of depression, and beta 1 is the angle of elevation. Because you exactly seen from the figure, when we set up the instrument at a O1 point, so here P point is in a downward direction and Q point is in a upward direction from the instrument setup. So here we take alpha 1 as a angle of depression and beta 1 as a angle of elevation. Now h1, so what is h1? H1 is the height of the difference of P and Q point, and here uh, P dash, P double dash, and Q double dash. So both are difference of elevation. So how to find the P double dash, and how to find the Q double dash? So from the figure you exactly seen P double dash minus P dash P dash. So P double dash minus P double dash. So we get the exact height difference. This one P double dash is a height difference from the horizontal line of sight to instrument station P, and similarly from the right side direction. So difference of height from the horizontal line of sight or instrument side to instrument top is a Q dash plus Q dash Q double dash. So this one is a summation of the both the point. Now from the triangulation rule, you exactly seen what is the value of the P double dash. So d1 10 alpha 1. So this one is a triangulation formula. So when we apply the alpha 1 as a tan alpha 1, so d1 divided by c1, so we get the exact value of the p double dash, and p double dash we take as a assume that a c1 value of the c1, and similarly we find out the q double dash, and here q double dash is we take as a c2, it's a assume value, and q dash and q double dash is a d2 tan alpha tan beta 1. So we find out the d2 by the measuring tap or chain. Now where the c1 and c2 both are the correction due to curvature of the earth and reflection. Now as the distance d1 and d2 nearly equal and the correction of c1 and c2 are approximately equal, so here h1 value is a d1 tan alpha 1 plus d2 tan beta 1. Now shift the instrument to the station O2, and midway between the Q and R, and then after measure the vertical angle alpha 2 and beta 2 of the station Q and R, and respectively horizontal distance d3 and d4 is measured. So we take another set of the instrument, and then after we another take another points, and we find out the horizontal distance d3 and d4. So difference of elevation Q and R, S2 is equal to d3 tan alpha 2 and plus d4 tan beta 2. Similarly, repeat the procedure for station number 3, station number 4. So here we find out the different value of the H1, H2, H3, H4 up to n point, and determine the difference in elevation P and S. H is equal to H1 plus H2 plus H3. So RL of S is equal to RL of P plus H. So here indirect leveling is not as accurate as a direct leveling. So here some of the error is created in a indirect leveling. So here what we discussed, all these things are written in this slide. Now we start a new topic, indirect leveling on a step slope. So here slope is okay, but here step slope is written. So in a step slope, if the ground is so steep, so the method of indirect leveling can be used with advantages. So the procedure for filling the difference of elevation of P and Q point are as under. So the procedure, so let's we start this procedure with figure. So set up the instrument at O1 point, and after set up the instrument, three step is done. First one is centering, second is leveling, and third one is focusing or bisecting. After focusing and bisecting, PR line is measured. So make the line of collimation roughly parallel to the slope of the ground, and clamp the telescope. So here telescope is fixed from the screw, and then after take the backside of the P dash which staff is held on a P point, and measure the vertical angle alpha 1. So this one, measure the vertical angle alpha 1 to P dash, and determine the RL of P dash. So RL of P dash is RL of P plus P dash. So this one is RL of P dash. Clear? So take a sight for a Q dash on the staff held at the turning point Q without changing the vertical angle alpha 1, and measure the slope. So here this alpha 1 is not changed, and then after turn the telescope and bisect the another point, and rotate the telescope without changing the vertical angle alpha 1. So here alpha 1 in a last time alpha 1 is in downward direction, now alpha 1 is in a upward direction. So measure the slope distance PQ between the P and Q, and RL of Q is equal to RL of P dash plus PQ sin alpha 1 minus Q dash. Now shift the instrument station to the O2 midway point between the Q and R. So this one is a Q and this one is a R point, and now shift the instrument at a midway point between the Q and R. So O2 point is the midpoint of the Q and R point, and take the backside Q double dash. So this one is a Q double dash. Now set up the instrument at a Q point, and backside is measured. So backside point is a Q double dash. So same procedure, which one is a follow in a P double dash, same procedure is follow in a backside of the Q double dash. Now stop is held at a R point, this point, and without changing the vertical angle alpha 2, measure the slope of the QR. So here alpha 2 is not changed, and rotate the telescope, and then after measure the vertical angle same vertical angle alpha 2 and measure the slope distance QR. Now RL of R point is a RL of Q double dash plus QR sin alpha 2 minus PR. So this one is the equation for finding out the RL of R point, and this method is a indirect leveling of the steep slope. So here what we discuss, all these things are written in this slide, and today we complete our topic, and in the next lecture we start the examples of trigonometric leveling. Thank you.